Always tracking, always alerting. This is Storm Team 8.
Good morning, West Michigan. It is 5:12 now on this Wednesday morning, and in many places it'll be an occasionally wet Wednesday. As we check out conditions across the area, temperatures will remain fairly mild. We'll make it into the low to mid 60s for highs this afternoon, which is pretty much where we ought to be this time of the year. As we check out the afternoon and early evening hours today, we'll be looking at those readings in the 60s, but tomorrow we'll struggle to reach the low 50s as we see the storm system finally work its way through. Finally get on the backside of it, which draws us into another chilly air mass as we head into the weekend. And then we start to warm things up again early next week. Temperatures outside this morning, 52 in Grand Rapids and in Battle Creek. It's 53 degrees in Lansing and Kalamazoo, 50 in Ionia and Mount Pleasant, 48 now in Big Rapids. You can see here on Storm Track Live Radar this area of precipitation, Muskegon, Coopersville, back toward Walker. Also seeing a few isolated sprinkles along the lakeshore in the Saugatuck Douglas areas, lifting northwards through central and northern sections of Wisconsin. And as we expand the view for you, you can notice what's going on the back side of this system. We have still colorized the radar, and this is still some snow mixing in. There is some sharply cooler air that is lurking behind our push of mild air for today, and that will be pivoting to the southeast over the next 24 hours, and that's why we're looking at that cooler air settling in for us. You can notice upstream these are current air temperatures, 30s across the central and northern plain states, and we're talking wind chills out there only in the 20s. So here's a look at our Futurecast computer models, and you can see here through the region today we are looking at just a few isolated showers, a few coming through around noon today, and then as we head through the afternoon and early evening hours, more showers developing. So I would say keep those umbrellas handy as you head out the door, but I do think that in a lot of places they'll be spending a lot of time in the down position instead of up all the time. As we check it out for you the next 8 days, we will be looking at that cooler air certainly settling in here starting tomorrow with highs in the low 50s. We'll struggle to even hit 50 degrees on Friday, and at this point we're looking at ahead of the weekend, back to some sunshine on Sunday, low 60s on Monday, and some more active weather comes in as we warm up a touch toward the middle of next week. So recapping the severe weather from yesterday, meteorologist Matt Kirkwood has some great viewer pictures which tell an important part of the story.
Yeah, a lot of these pictures really started coming in Grand Rapids, and especially to the north and east of Grand Rapids, the coral area, Trufant, Six Lakes, and you can see very impressive. It's not very often we get hail this size in West Michigan. We had reports of golf ball size hail, 2-inch diameter hail, and you could see the full palm there, the hail covering up much of the hand there. Sparta over quarter size hail, so that's very impressive. Here in Grand Rapids, most areas just picked up a little bit of pea-size hail. These storms intensified as they moved northeast out of Grand Rapids, nearly covering the deck here in the Cedar Springs area, and that was large enough to put some dings in the car, unfortunately, in some areas. And taking a look at some of the storm reports, we had nearly 20 here across central and southern lower Michigan. You can see the concentration, especially north and east of Grand Rapids. That's where most of the pictures came in, just north of the Greenville area. But broadening the view, 3-day total of severe weather, nearly 800 reports. It was down a little bit yesterday, and we have had 135 tornadoes in the past 3 days. Unfortunately, 35 fatalities, and it looks like everything shifts more to the east coast for today with a slight risk area, Carolinas, right down to the Florida Panhandle. And speaking of the Florida Panhandle, holy guacamole, they just got crushed and continue to get hammered with rain. Yeah, some of the most incredible flooding I've ever heard down there, and I'll detail that coming up at 5:30 and also 6:30.
Amazing.
It is.